think the biggest oil and gas facility in this state right now, in this country that Shell is managing, is in Equatorial Kingdom, okay, between Equatorial and Bahrain. The one they call the CPF, Central Processing Facility for Oil and Gas. And that place is producing well over ₦1 billion every day. 60,000 barrels of oil. They spend close to $10 billion in building it. Okay, it's very expensive. So they are producing gas there every day. And to get that place fenced or to support some of these things is actually like nothing if the government can help with engaging them properly. We as communities, we are doing that already, but so far, not so good enough. So if the government representative will take notes in that direction, I think that Shell should support these efforts beyond even just providing computers. They should actually support financially so that the experts who are providing the knowledge will also go home very happy. Having said that about them, for the government too, you still have a little more to do, and that is in making sure that we understand that ICT is the thing. We don't properly know that yet. We should properly know that ICT is everything today. Without it, you are living in the past. And actually, most of us are living in the past. If you wonder how many of you can properly use these facilities now, and then imagine how many of your parents back home that are not able to, okay? You see that a good percentage of the population of Bayelsa State is lagging behind. We are lagging behind in the world today. So the government has to. You have a commissioner for information technology, I know, then an essay for the same thing, and then a technical assistant for the same thing. It means that you must roll out things that will keep getting us engaged and making us see that that is what it is. Very important to me. If you don't do that, then you have contributed in having us oppressed by the oppressive world and by the oppressive oil and gas companies around us. So you must compel them to do their own. You must also do your own. Now, having said this, I will come back again to those of you, the lucky ones that are here. We're supposed to be about 21, 25 or so. The other bit is, as you learn what you're learning, you will invariably get busy. Okay, so you get occupied, you get interested, and it will distract you from other things. It means that if you used to be someone that was inclined towards some kind of thing, you will now be more engaged in something productive. That is what this is about. And then, so if you learn it enough, you can also teach your sister or brother, as the case may be, anybody that wants it, not to use it for other vices. There are vices that some use them for. That is not supposed to be. So you are supposed to learn them enough to use them to solve your problems. I'm not talking about your Eba and Fufu problems. I'm talking about the problems of your entire community, okay, of your entire kingdom. You can use it to improve on agriculture. You can use it to improve on even education. Okay, it means that, for example, if you want to teach your younger ones some kind of things, you can go and record almost everything with videos, okay, that pertain to learning ABCD, that pertain to doing one thing or the other, and then just download them and make them available to your younger ones to watch, isn't it? I remember my cousin once, he had a big phone, and I asked him one day, what do you use your phone for? Saying they use it and check football match, the results, And I was like, how can you have phone and just put data and all you do is to watch football scores? It is more than that. You can use this to do everything. So you must solve those problems, agri problems, security. Today, security is a big challenge, and professors and doctors talk from left to right for 20 years, military and all of that, chasing. They are not able to solve the problem. Simple Boko Haram has taken decades to solve. But with ICT, you can do all of these. You can do all of these. With simple drones, you can go there and dislodge the enemy if you want. So you can use this to solve security problems. If you have, for example, cameras or hovering cameras, okay? So you can have fixed cameras at strategic places in this town. You can also have drones that will be flying about, and nobody will go and steal, because anybody that steals anything, you will see him. You can have alarms everywhere in almost every key facility. So once you breach them, it will sound pam, 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 and then the person will be caught, you know. So what I'm saying here is that you can actually use this skill, what you're going to learn in the next 2 days and beyond, to solve your problems. If you use it to solve only your money problem, you have not done what? Anything. You must use it to what? Solve problem. And the bigger money you will make, is in using it to solve society's problem. I don't know if you get my point. For example, if farmers are having problems with birds going to eat their grains in the farm, and then you use your IT to produce something that can distract the birds, for example. What have you done? You've solved problems, right? So every farmer will want to buy that equipment, isn't it? Yes. And so you start making a lot of money. That is what I mean. So the technology, the ICT knowledge we are talking about is for you to, beyond this point, is for you to be able to use it to solve problems. All forms of problems. In fact, the more problems you solve, the bigger money you will make. Isn't it? Yes, but if you solve one man's problem, you get money from one man. If you solve 1,000 persons' problem, you get money from what? 1,000 persons. So in your thinking, and someone says that the same energy you use in thinking small, you can also use the same energy to think big. So you better start thinking big, not thinking small. Okay? So, yes, most of you will think that, well, I'm a small girl, I'm a small boy, so I should just think about getting 10,000 naira a month or 100,000 naira. No! You can make $1 billion a month. You can. The only thing you do is you do what is called delayed gratification, which means as you are starting this thing, your main focus is not to make money tomorrow morning. If you do that, you are likely to get distracted. Okay, like the Zuckerbergs and the other people that sell some of their apps, softwares or whatever, for so much money, took time. You can use 1 year. You can use 2 years working on something that you believe that will solve the problems of security in Bayelsa State. By the time you finish and you say, Bayelsa State Governor Siam, I have the solution to security in this state. If he says he doesn't want it, you go and meet Wike. Wike will buy it. Or you go and meet somebody somewhere will need it. So once you get it, before you know it, Americans will be calling you. Last year, my friend's daughter, I think at the age of 18, won a competition for Google and Facebook. They needed to do something in New York, and then so they put out the advert for those who have something to show. She competed, she uploaded whatever she had done, and they said it was good enough. They sent her tickets. Facebook sent her ticket and lodging in New York. Google also sent her ticket and lodging in New York. She went and spent about a week in that competition among several small young people and came back. So it doesn't matter whether you have gone to school or not. It doesn't matter whether you have a degree or not. So long as you are alive and you are young, you have the potential to do better. So on this note, I believe I've touched everything, but what I'm emphasizing here is that don't think small, think big. And in the next 2-3 years, I should have you invite me to say, well, I've made my first 1 billion naira, and I want you to come and see how I'm enjoying my life. Okay? On this note, thank you very much for this, for being part of this. And when you go back home, tell the story to your parents and to your people that there are more opportunities in the ICT and they should allow you access to it. Agada? Agada Kimemi? Very fine.